Hey, how you guys doing? Wow, gotta readjust my speaker. There we go. Wow, that's crazy. Every day, gotta readjust that sucker. So I I got the window open. I gotta turn off the light real quick. Give me 1 sec. All right. I am most likely not going to be able to stream tomorrow for sure. But look at that 166 ping. All right. Let's see here. Turn that music down a tad. I gotta turn the stream off because my wife might call me. Hey, what's up, man? See if my buddy's on. All right. Hey. Whew. Hello. All right. I need to. Current one viewer currently. I think it's actually just me, but okay. All right. Okay, so we're gonna start out with some low tiers. It looks to me, just based on the connection, that it's absolutely terrible. If you look at it right there, it was showing 130. We might need to use Mudfish, but we'll play a couple games to see. Hey, what's up, Mark? What's up? How you doing, man? What you doing? Let me I always forget to post my tip link on my page. Let me see here. Okay. Pin message. There we go. So if you guys are looking to tip me, that's my tip link. But don't feel like you have to do it, okay? It's just yeah, it's just how it is. Okay. My connection looks terrible. I kind of wish I had a little bit better. How was your Christmas? It was good. You know, it was kind of a poor Christmas, just gonna say honestly. I put the $100 I had for Christmas, I used it on the 9th to get boxes for World of Tanks, which is fine. You know, it's actually what I wanted to get, so I could have probably got more though. Yeah, we are seeing some really bad fluctuations on that ping. I'm probably gonna use Mudfish. Okay, so daily missions. We can go ahead and check a couple of things here. We could go to the Snow Maidens. let's check out them. That's not the snowmaidens. That is though. So we haven't checked her for a while. There we go. We got a tier 4. So tier 4 decoration. Okay. Chuck Norris says something here. We're not to a tier 7 tank 50% off yet. I wonder if I'm even gonna get that. Okay, I'm not gonna make those easier, but we are going to go and check this. I don't think there's any more missions of the day. Yeah, no more missions of the day. Okay, or we haven't completed the one we already had. Let's go ahead and go to daily missions. We got some more boxes. So on. Yeah. Nice. Alright. So we're just gonna jump into this tier 2 real quick, check the connection. It looks horrific. It looks bad. Yeah, I've never even seen a green connection. I think it's impossible for me to actually get a green connection. So how was your Christmas, Mark? Was it pretty good? This guy's in a clan. I don't know what this 2.3 is. I think that's his W and A. He probably just plays this tier. Does Reddit. Yeah, we're at 1.1. It says that's not actually correct. I don't think. It should be actually 1. Should be. I should actually be at 1.9 on this. Weird. Okay, so it looks to me like my music and game volume was really loud yesterday, so I'm gonna need to fix it because it's definitely not good. So the T2 light tank is an absolute seal clubbing autoloader tank. One of the good things about this tank, it's not such a knockover, you know, like you would think. We don't want to take too much damage. I think he's on a reload. Oh my god, you dumb shit. Wow, dude. That's not the first time that's happened to me, just gonna go ahead and say. Pardon me. Do you live in Grey Poupon? Come on, dude, let's get him. You go first, man. You go first. Well, if I was him, I would have left. For him having the super uni stats that he showed, I would say that was not a very good plan, in my opinion. Don't want to take a shot in the engine. We're only a 2 shot at this point, so I'm going to try and like we have somebody that did straight up. Oh, wow. We do not want to get combat card, I'll just say that right now. He just has too much of the autoloader, but once he's out, that's it for him. Guarantee you he ain't gonna move. He is not there. Oh, he died. Looks like we are gonna lose this, though. I'm gonna say. We were top tier, though. Well, we were even tier. Not really a sign of what's to come, I'll just say that. See what's over here. Yeah, man, it's been great. Me and Katie have been getting on great too. That's good, man. Good. It's good to find somebody. You know, I don't know. My expectations is what really got me. You know what I mean? My expectations were too high, and I got involved with women that I just think just generally bad. You know, just generally bad people. You know what I mean? Just a bad person in general. And that's not what you want, right? Aw, shit. So the guy that we actually were saying we thought we killed was actually a different dude. That's pretty funny. Yeah, 524 damage in that tier 2 game, where I guarantee you every single person is a seal clubber, is actually pretty good, because we were taking a lot of shots. That's good you guys are getting along, though. You know, like, I'm just saying, like, I had, when I was 18, I had this, like, perfect picture of what the girl I'm looking for should be. I had no idea that that's absolutely the opposite of what I was looking for. You know what I mean? Like that perfect picture. I think it's more about this. Like, I think when you get to a certain age, like when I hit 30, I started realizing that it's great to have somebody that's really good looking, but it's better to have somebody that's a kind person that looks, you know, well enough, or even good, as long as they're kind. It's just, you know, you have to wait till they calm down a little bit. A lot of women, when they're in their 20s, are going nuts, you know, they're just going absolutely crazy. You know, in my experience, anyway, they're going absolutely back crazy. I decided to treat her to a plane trip, seeing as she has no family and no friends. She was given nothing over the Christmas, and nobody came to visit. Yeah. That's kind of you, man. I would double check that story, though. Not to rain on your parade, just to warn you, man. I've met some women that definitely had no family and stuff, but they definitely have some friends, you know, people supporting them. But yeah, you know her better than me, so. She always dreamed of getting a pilot's license. Oh, nice. So you got her like a plane ride, huh? Like an actual plane ride? Oh, that's cool, dude. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'll just say I know a lot of sneaky people, you know. But you can tell if somebody has really a real hardship, and I can't. You know what I mean? Because I don't know her, so. But I'm super suspicious of that, just because I've seen too much. You know, I've seen way too much. Wow, we're gonna get killed up here if we don't. Holy snipes, man! Nobody even came up here. I'm gonna actually try to. I have a feeling we're gonna end up having to get out of here. I think we're gonna get YOLO'd by like 5 tanks. That's all I can say. It looks like we spotted him and he didn't see us, which is good. We spotted him from like here in the bushes. That's good. E28. Let's see what's down here. This thing does not corner. Just gonna say. Right. It does look to me like this cruiser and stuff is gonna come, so I'm gonna go ahead and swing around. I mean, there's nobody up here with me, so I'm gonna go ahead and we spotted the plancha. It looked like it went through to me. I can't tell if I'm spotted is my biggest problem. It looks like the cruiser and them didn't, they just are sitting there. I'm thinking about, you know, I don't know what their health is. Oh, they're full. They're tier 4s as well. They didn't come up here though, which is weird. I'm gonna go ahead and say that I think this might be a mistake. Yeah, there's a cruiser. They're both tier 4s. If they're still sitting here, I mean, I'm gonna get messed, but it looks to me like I just got spotted. So he's a tier 4 cruiser. I'm actually thinking I have to use Prim, but I don't know where this other Panzer is, so I'm assuming he must have went down here. It looks like that flank's lost. I will say that we could most likely get, I'm gonna say probably over here. I'm gonna just hit in a bush and hope this guy passes by. I think we're gonna get a whole bunch of people. So I have coded optics, which should help me, but I think this guy's seeing me. I think he's got me spotted too. I'm gonna go ahead and just head this away. Yeah, he definitely can see me. So I don't know. I'm gonna try and keep these guys lit. I'm gonna trade a bit with him. It does not look like he's a very good shot. Damn it. I shouldn't have sat there. Cruiser. We can circle this guy. That's probably our best bet is to use the old peekaboo method. Do this. Shit. I'm gonna run while I still can. Wow. The auto loader on that's more accurate than my gun is. That's hilarious considering it's such a bad tank. So that's this is pretty much telling us right now, based on what we're seeing, is that we're not going to get very many winning matches today. I'm just going to tell you. If we're looking at this, we got one same tier, one top tier, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a repeat of yesterday. So we might end up just doing a little bit of World of Tanks, and then we'll probably end up going over to we're probably going to end up going over to Fallout. I'm not gonna F around with this game. If I even just get even a hint of being upset, I'm just gonna stop playing it. I think that wargaming is getting ready to have some serious problems, and I'm gonna say one of the reasons that they're gonna have some problems is because they have configured themselves around the pandemic, and once that stops, this game is gonna not become as popular. I'm just gonna tell you right now, there's gonna be a lot less people playing it. And they're going to have to, like, because they've been depending upon that extra. People have been buying more tanks and all that stuff. And they're basing their whole year. So 2021 is going to be a really bad year as soon as people go back to work and start working. Guaranteed. I think it's going to hurt them to the point where I think the console edition is going to suffer the most because, I mean, nobody wants to play that stuff. You know, they broke the game. they basically have told people, I mean, anybody that's still playing Console Edition now, I'm going to go ahead and say, in my opinion, is just straight up addicted to the game if they're still playing it. They should have stopped playing it. That update that they put in was absolutely bad. And then if you look at the update and how they were actually going to add like tier 10 vehicles and stuff, like that sounds amazing, but it goes against, it's so far against what World of Tanks is supposed to be, in my opinion. You know? Good old handkerchief. So, yeah, let me see. Yeah, it's just a friendly gesture. Has Gabe had a good Christmas? Did Santa come to that? Well, he doesn't believe in Santa. I think he didn't believe in him from the moment I said he was coming down the non-existent chimney. You know. But anyway, you know, so that's his choice. But yeah, anyway, it's been like it's kind of like this. We kind of took the stimulus check. We took the stimulus check that we had, you know. We took the stimulus check, and I spent a bunch of stuff on all of us. Like, we got everything that we might have wanted for Christmas. So this Christmas has been really poor for us. So we basically had to go through a thing. Because basically I just got myself caught up on all my bills that I was behind on, you know, like credit cards and stuff. I cleaned those credit cards off with the money, but it left us with like literally nothing unless we want to charge back on credit cards. So, you know, what I get from streaming is not really enough. And I mean, honestly, I've hit the 1 terabyte area. So I only have another 300 gigabytes of download before I'll go over. And once you do that, they'll start charging you. I think for every 50 gigabytes you go over, they'll charge you like $5 or I think it's $10. That could be really expensive. Now you could, I could pay more money and get unlimited, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that I've been pretty good at it so far. You know, that's why I started streaming only on Thursdays, Fridays. That's why I'm probably not going to be streaming after today until most likely Thursday, so the 31st. So I'll most likely stream on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday, and then that'll probably be it, you know, until the next. I'm actually been tempted to just play at night. I'm not planning on streaming too long here. I was gonna stream until about 5 o'clock. I have an alarm set; it should go off. But yeah, that's good, man. That you're finding, you found somebody, dude. Seriously. You found somebody. I don't know why, man. I don't know why I would say this, but you know, I'm not trying to burst anybody's bubble or hurt anybody, but I would definitely background check. Just gonna say, seriously, if it's here in the United States, I would do a background check just to make sure that she ain't lying, dude. I met somebody once that was so good, it was just too good to be true, and I didn't check, and I got involved, and then 4 years later, I was just in one of the shittiest, you know, relationships you could possibly be in, you know? Like, you could check about credit, you could check about, you know, if they've been married, you can check all that stuff. It's worth, I think it's worth like $30, or $50, I think they charge. It's worth it, just to make sure that the person's who they say they are, because like I said, I knew somebody very similar to that, and they were like a damn robot, you know, just had no feelings whatsoever, and just really pretty much dominated the relationship based on the fact that they kept most of the stuff that you would normally share with your partner secret, you know, and that turned into basically a position of where they had control over me, you know. Like, I felt like I had control, but in reality, I had no control. Very odd, man. Yeah, it's nothing serious. It's just a bit of fun. Yeah, that's good, man. Well, that's how it starts out, dude. I'm just saying it starts out that way, and then, you know, something happens. You go, you know what? It would be nice to have somebody around all the time. You know what I mean? Be nice to have somebody around all the time, and next thing you know, you're thinking about, more stuff. But you know what you're doing, man. I'm just telling you as a friend myself. I've met too many snakes in the garden, if you know what I'm talking about. I'd say I probably I don't think I've ever had a relationship that was actually what it appeared to be, ever. It was like I had the honeymoon stage of the relationship, and then it just turned into what it really is, and that became something to where it's like it actually became something where I had to tolerate it, But it's funny when it happens. So I knew a girl, and I'm not gonna say names or nothing, but I knew a girl that would basically spike every time they came to visit the person. They would spike their drink with, like, I don't know, cocaine, maybe even heroin, who knows, right? And so every time she came over, he felt really good, and when she wasn't there, he felt horrible. You know what I mean? He felt absolutely horrible, and so he got into this place where he felt like if she wasn't around, he would feel horrible. But then, she's obviously not going to keep buying drugs. You know what I mean? It sounds crazy, but I've seen it way too much. So using drugs to stimulate a person, you know what I mean? They use those drugs to stimulate you and make you feel good when you're around them, and then as soon as you're around them all the time, they get cheap. They just do it once a week or something, and then meanwhile you feel like you did something wrong, but in reality you're just withdrawing and you don't even know it. I've seen the relationship like that. I've also seen it reversed as well. You know what I mean? And the way the guy got out of the relationship, because the guy was doing it, is he basically was spiking her with methamphetamines, and then he introduced methamphetamines to her, which made her feel like she had always felt whenever she was around him. She got addicted to it, and then he broke up with her because she's a drug addict, basically, right? It's horrible. I've seen some people do some. I mean, it's just, like I said, it's so bad. I'm not saying that that's what's going on with you. I'm just saying from my personal experience, it's why I'm the way I am. There's too many, There's way too many of them, Nothing up here, huh? The Frito-Lay chip. Oh, that She-Ra's got no armor. This is gonna be silly. Watch this shit. Oh, he's like, nah. His but a flesh wound. Yeah, that's some good trading right there. 166. Boom! Getting artillery. Oh my god! I don't think we could do anything to the Salma, and I'm pretty sure there's people over here. But yeah, 900 damage for 3 shots. That is insane. I'm just gonna say insane. But I was telling you guys, if you want to check your RNG and see if it's good, this tank really works on PC. If you're like, oh, you know what, I don't know, am I gonna hit stuff? Is my aim good? Is my aim true? What's going on here? So I guarantee you there's about 7 people hiding back in these bushes over here, seriously. I really, if this thing didn't have such a bad aim time, I would definitely... If it didn't have such a bad aim time... Where's this person coming from? Oh, over there. There we go. There's a priest right there, and... Oh! Holy shit! Holy shit! Wow, man, that looked like a nuke. Looked like a nuke on here. There's a straight up nuclear bomb. Tactical nuke incoming, it's all over. Tactical nuke. It's a tactical nuke incoming. Did you see that? It looked like a straight up nuclear bomb, man. That was insane. That's a fun tank too. Yeah, it's pretty good in, it's definitely not good on console, but it's good over here for sure. We just gotta hit that booty. Gotta hit that sweet spot right there. A mere 1,300 damage for this game. Jesus. I actually feel bad. We're half health, though. The other dudes that are over here can pretty much just 1-2 us. Oh, that was right there. Did you see that? We should be able to do a little work on this guy. Wow. Mere 1,400. It's only 12,000 W and 8. Jesus. See. That was awesome. Yeah, that was a pretty epic seal club, huh? Just like, you know? Based on what we see in that huge explosion, I'm actually thinking, yeah, look at that. Let's see how much we hit for. We hit 2 shots for 245. We hit a 29, 155, 329, 300, 303, and 100. But we got that ammo rack, I think. Yeah. That was crazy. Wow. Getting 12,000 XP in a tier 3 game. Like, that's insane. We got some boxes, too. Yeah, I don't know. So, it's funny. I'll tell you a story. So, there I was at a nightclub. I think I was around 21. I was pretty much in the best shape of my life, honestly. It was about 215 pounds. Maybe about 5 or 6% body fat. I wasn't like, I wasn't like absolutely jacked up. I only looked really jacked up right after a workout, and so if I went to the gym right before the club, I could go there and basically do the whole, shirt loose thing, and it would make me look like I was, in perfect shape, but I was still a little bit less than optimal. But you can see my abs. That's all that really mattered, right? I'd have to flex them, but you could see them. And so I'm sitting there, and these people don't notice it, but I kind of like just out of nowhere, I was just kind of walked away from everything because the sound was really hurting my ears. So I'm sitting there, and I'm farthest away from the speakers, and these people are in the only place in the nightclub where you can actually talk. The thing is, they're so deaf from being so close to the music, and I had been sitting there and kind of like gotten used to not having my ears messed up, that when they walked up there, I heard this. There was 2 chicks and 1 guy, and they were both playing this dude, and the 2 weren't even in the picture. They were just kind of telling the girl what to do in the background. And the stuff that I heard them talk about, like one, first off, he asked if he was able to give him the stuff in his drink, right? And the guy was just out on the dance floor, just having the time of his life. I could see him, and he kept pointing at her and stuff and making a fool of himself. He didn't even know that he wasn't even on alcohol. He was probably on cocaine or some kind of terrible drug. And this is a warning lesson for people. If you do go to nightclubs, do not drink the drinks there. And if you do, if you ever lose sight of your drink, do not drink it. Just get a different one. I actually will just drink mine right at the bar. My drink, my Coca-Cola, because I didn't drink alcohol at the time, just because of that, honestly. But when I heard that, and I seen that, like, who knows what they did to the dude. I thought about calling the police because I wasn't intoxicated. I was like, but what could you really say to the police? Yeah, this person said that they put something in their drink. It's not like a Bill Cosby thing. It's like I said, just to make the guy feel really good, so you could have a really good time. They made it sound, and I hate to say it, but they sounded like they actually worked for a company. And I'm assuming that maybe they were getting this guy, this guy, I would assume they either wanted to get him out of the company, or they were trying to get more out of him, out of the company, because it made it, like the conversation. I don't remember it 100%, but I remember when I was sitting there, like I drove home, and I was like, it was like I was introduced to a world I had not even known existed. It was just crazy. I was just like, I'm serious. I was just like, I drove home, and I was so afraid, about what I just heard. It never occurred to me in my whole life that somebody would do that. Use a drug to make you feel good, and then it's like, so I'm like sitting there, I'm sitting there like I wouldn't even take a drink from a restaurant. That's how scared it made me. I was like, you go to a restaurant, you get some food, and it's really good. It's something's really good about it, and then after a week, you start feeling like your food ain't good. What the hell's in it? I used to think it was monosodium glutamate, but I've been to some restaurants where the food was a little too good. I'm gonna go ahead and say, a little too good. I always liked this map. That's a fun tank. That was awesome. Drugged drinks were a huge problem here about 15 years ago. It's almost become a trend. You had to be so careful. Yeah, you can actually buy a thing that you stick inside of your cup, and you stick it to the side, and it will turn a specific color depending on what brand you bought. And if it's a certain color, then you know that it's not alcohol in there, or there's something else. And they used to sell those, but over here, though, I mean, we just got too many. I mean, look at the people that voted for Trump. I mean, you think those people are going to even think that far ahead? They aren't even going to see it till they're like, 27 years old, and they'll be like, wow, I got so used, by these people, and I don't know how they got the better of me, and then the whole time they were using drugs to make them feel good and then make them feel terrible. I mean, if you think about it, if you get somebody on some drugs, that's what I've seen. You get them on the drugs, and then you take them off of it when they don't do what you want. Like if you're like, well, I need some money for something, right? And then you just basically you say something to them really bad, and then they start coming off the drugs. So for the next 3 days, they're sitting there withdrawing, and they think what it is that they need to give this person money. And I just was like, I was like, no way. You know what I mean? I couldn't believe it. Yeah, I only say that to warn people. I only say that to warn people just because of what I've seen in my life, Being an ex-addict, an ex-drug addict myself, an alcoholic and a drug addict. An ex-one, 16 years, coming up in January 27th. Yeah, 16 years. I actually think it might be 17 now. Honestly, I'd have to do the math on it. I don't actually remember my sobriety date. That's pretty funny. People that do that should be shot. Yeah, I think that there should be some sort of, I mean, that is manipulation on a level. It's manipulation on a level that is, I think it's beyond evil. You know what I mean? Like, to mess with somebody's head like that, because it's permanent damage. I mean, if somebody's schizophrenic, you know what I mean, and you do that to them, they are gonna go nuts. They're gonna go crazy, because all it takes is any kind of hallucinogenic to kick off schizophrenia, which I have seen a lot of people like that, and it messes them up so bad that they don't ever really recover from it. And I've seen it, and it's terrible. I've seen schizophrenia up close, and it is, man, it's scary. One joint, and if you're a schizophrenic, if you have any mental health in your family, that's all it takes to send you out of your damn mind, and that's some scary stuff, in my opinion. Super scary. Let me see. Well done, Michael. You're a strong dude. It's not that hard, honestly, because the way I figure is like this: there are people out there that can use drugs and even alcohol, and it never becomes a problem for them, because they are a different kind of a person. But me myself, if I take any mind altering substances, I will abuse them. It's not even a fact of whether I could have enough power to do it. The fact is that once I do them, I just want more and more and more. And there's nothing that stops that craving inside me. So the only cure is to not do it. And so all the bad times that I had in my life, all I do whenever, like, say somebody's drinking alcohol, my first thought isn't to be like, hey, I miss having a drink, My first thought is how much pain that shit caused me. Because while I was using, I couldn't see that I was making a fool out of myself most of the time because I drank too much when I was drinking. And that, I lost a lot of friends, but I always, made it up in my mind as a delusion. I made it up as a delusion in my mind, which I can see now pretty clearly that I was delusional. But yeah, it's one of those things, It's one of those things that, like I said, once you realize the cure is abstinence, it's easy to beat it. You just have to get over the obsession and the craving, which is insane. It's not like there's anything else I can take. I mean, I can drink too much coffee, Like I abuse coffee sometimes. Like I'd be drinking it right now if I didn't know that it would make me not sleep tonight. I've learned that over years that coffee and tea. Tea, I want, like, for tea, it kicks off a craving inside me. Like, I'll have like 9 or 10 cups of tea, like it's crazy. I don't know. Like, I'll just sit there drinking it all day. So I'd have to have caffeine-free tea. But yeah, I try not to have too much caffeine. I have like maybe a cup or two, but if anybody's seen my cup, it's like this big. It's got to be like 4 cups of coffee in one. It helps me, though, to overcome, It helps me to overcome stuff. Wow, this guy's in a whole nother clan now. Cracked. Crack rock. Okay, I think I want to play this. We went with speed on this. It seemed to make a really big difference. Yeah, I appreciate the congratulations, man. It is not as hard as it sounds, though. I'll just say that. My first 2.5 years was probably the hardest part of it, but it was mainly because of the people, the people that I was around, Like, if you don't cut the people that use out of your life for a couple years until you become strong, you have no chance. I've seen a lot of people that can get support from their friends, but as long as they're using in front of you, it's a temptation. I myself, fortunately, had burned every bridge down by the time I got clean and sober. That it didn't even matter at that point. But, I mean, hey, it's one of those things. It's kind of funny because I spent about 2 years going back to people and paying back money that I owed them, and I never told them why I owed it. I just gave it to them. I walked up to them and I gave them the money. I never said, hey, I stole it from you, or I owe it to you because of some other reason, or maybe I cut them out of a deal or something. I just went and paid them back so that I personally, for myself, could feel like I had made that right, made it correct. And that's one of the secrets, I think, to recovery is you have to make that shit right. It's kind of like this. I always hated my real father, but it never occurred to me that possibly my mom might be lying to me. You know what I mean? And she actually was. She was completely lying to me about him and about all the stuff in their relationship, why they got divorced and stuff. But my dad was pretty mean to me. He was way overly strict, and that really hurt me. You know what I mean? It hurt me in my life. It does not look like these people are coming this way. There's a BT over here. He should pop up here any second. He's so far out of range, I should be able to get up here. BT7. Yeah, so like I said, it's one of those things where it's like my mom told me one thing and I never investigated it. I never, I thought my mom was an angel. But when I think back on my life now, I can clearly tell that she not only is not an angel, was absolutely bold-faced lying to me, right to me, and there was nothing I could really do about it, except to accept the fact that she's a very sick person. You know what I mean? Very sick. you know, she was a sick person at the time. She's a sick person now, and she's gone. She's passed away. So there's not much you can do about that, you know. There's not much you need to do about it, you know. It's like, um, it's very easy to become that sick, you know, and to lie to people because you don't want your son or your child to think less of you. And so by doing that, though, she interfered with the relationship I probably could have had with my father, which I'll never have that relationship with him, ever. Um, and because of that, you know, it's just one of those things. I don't know if I could ever really truly forgive her 100%. I forgive her for myself, which is kind of sounds selfish, but that is exactly what I'm doing. I'm forgiving her for myself, not for anybody else, just for myself, you know? Go ahead and pop a reload. But yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell for me, you know? You know? That's it in a nutshell. Yeah, it's my stepfather, which was very abusive to me. I won't even go into the details, but I mean, you guys, if you've been listening to my stream, you'd know that he tried to kill me with a hammer once, and it was because I beat him up when I was 17 years old. He's a very clumsy, 6'5", 230-pound dude, but he's clumsy and he doesn't know how to fight at all. And he just, you know, he nobody's ever fought him. He's so tall, nobody would ever dare to. And he had to say some pretty messed up stuff to me to get me to want to, you know, punch him. But when I did, he just had his mouth open, you know, so I just knocked him clean out, just bing, in front of like 3 people, which embarrassed him. Which I didn't know at the time, but he was actually, he was convicted of murder, you know, when he was like 18 years old. And I found that out later, you know. The craziest part for me is because my stepfather worked, you know, he worked his whole life. When I was like being interviewed by the police, you know, when they were like, you know, what happened, when he tried to hit me with the hammer, they pretty much were like completely against me. They acted like I deserved it. You know what I mean? They acted like I deserved it, and I was like, this guy has abused me my whole life, you know, and he attacks me with a hammer, tries to kill me, and the police are sitting there on his side. I'll say that I kind of lost faith in it, and I'm like, is it because he works? 'Cause, I mean, he hasn't done anything, as far as I can tell, that you know, would deserve, you know, any of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, he hasn't done anything. He hasn't done anything in his life other than to lie, cheat, and steal. You know, he had 2 IDs, which is why he didn't get in trouble in that. They just seen him as a, you know, that's crazy. Yeah, I found that out later, that he was using 2 different IDs. I'm really shocked that none of those were even close to that dude. I think we should chase this guy. But yeah, you know, like I said, it's one of those crazy things. Like, most people would say, don't ever forgive somebody that's done something like that to you. And it's like, I would just sit here and hate, you know, and hate and hate and hate and be a hater if I didn't go, I forgive him, but I'll never forget. You know what I mean? I forgive him for myself, so I don't have to hate him. It's a very simple solution to I'll say a really complicated problem. You know, super simple solution to a super complicated problem. You know, but I have definitely had a messed up one. I'll just tell you that it's been a messed up everything. You know, where the hell this guy went? I'm pretty sure he's chilling over here somewhere. We're full of health, so I don't know if we could beat him straight out, but it's just, where the hell is he? Considering we have the Graciers going, you know, we should have got onto him by now. Literally, you know, running some red stats. This wasn't a raffle stomp, but it's pretty damn close. All right, all right, and wow, that was awesome. 1 out of 3 like normal. 1 out of 3 like normal, and where the hell did that shell go? Did you see that? It just like it went nowhere. Fully aimed and shot at not that high, not that far away. I'll just say we missed them all. Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. Yeah, it's like I said, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, when I was 17, I clearly got the better of him, you know, clearly, but you know, when I was at my weakest point, you know, he tried to get me, you know, and it's one of those things. I'll just say that my mom actually stood with him after that, and you know, I pretty much stopped. You know, at that point, I lost respect for her. You know, that she would sit there and you know, she like literally knows he hit me with in the chin. Right, he hit me right here with a hammer, then threw the hammer in the garage, and then started punching me while I was on the ground because he had knocked me out with a hammer. You know what I mean? Like, I tried to block it with my hand, but I mean, it's a hammer, you know? So, like I said, he made it look like he won me legitimately, and it's like, that's how sneaky and snaky he is. He's like a snake. You know what I mean? Like, nobody in the neighborhood, like, the 3 people saw him hit me with a hammer, and they didn't say a word, you know? Out of probably fear. You know what I mean? It's like crazy. I gotta use the restroom. That was a terrible game. We're gonna have to try that one more time. I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Okay, let's try and see if we can do something better here. I think we could do better than that. I can't believe this is 4 to 6. 4 to 6. So right when you hit tier 4, they start introducing you to +2 matchmaking. I always thought it was like all the way up to tier 5, and then only at 5 could you see +2, but it's a tier 5 game. This is going to be kind of a messed up match for me personally because of 2 reasons actually. One would be, so we got 2 people over here. Yeah, 2 people. Yeah, there's 2 people here that have XVM because of the it shows right here. Isn't that funny? So we could shoot onto these heavies from over here with probably premium. We definitely don't want to mess with artillery. That grill can just one-shot us. So can the M41 if he could hit us. So this is pretty much, I think this is pretty much the regular spot where people go to you know. And watch this. Look, there'll be a guy here. Somebody's there because I just see my crosshair lift up. There you go, right in front of me. What an ass wipe, dude. Seriously. Like he's gonna even be able to pin him from here. Isn't that hilarious? Look, the KV1's pushing him out. All right, I think our best bet is to go this way. It looks like this area is gonna be nothing. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom over this way. We have everything to make this as fast as possible, and we can just barely hit 46. That's crazy. Got a Panzer H. Yeah, I think some of my stories scare the hell out of people. Like, they're just like, what the hell? I'm like, you forgive this person? It's like, yeah, you have to. You know, I actually went to him and apologized to him for the stuff that I had done to him. And once I did that, it was almost, I mean, I hate to say it, but it was almost like I stole every bit of power by being that much better and that much, you know, just more spiritual. You know what I mean? More spiritual than him. You know what I mean? He's just a bad person, you know? Straight up bad person. You know? He's just a straight bad person, you know? Like nothing good about him. He actually was like, yeah, I was a good father, and he talked like that too. And I was just like, yeah, you're good, yeah, good person. Meanwhile, I siphoned every bit of power from him, but by doing that, it's almost like ever since that day, like it's not like my biggest priority. It's not like I say it to use it so that I can get sympathy. I'm saying it so that I could, you know, tell people it's actually a triumph. It's a story of triumph for me, personally. That guy needs to get out of there. Yeah, something I've noticed is that this thing doesn't work. Like, you're supposed to be able to click on the guy's name and hit retreat. If you had the regular... If you had the regular one. But you can't do that. You can't, like, click on it and say fire at this guy. Like, normally I'd be able to do that. Look, it just puts a little thing, but it completely defeats the whole thing. Alright, so we are probably not fast enough, but we should be fast enough to at least maybe get to these bushes over here. I'm hoping. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and say that this is pretty much proof to me that we haven't even fired and landed a shell. And that the games are so random and so bad that there's no reason to keep playing it. We're probably going to go over to Fallout 4. I don't actually see a reason to play if we can't even, you know, get a good team. You know? We can't even get a good team. You know? I'm going to go ahead and say I think that they're just going to come flying down that area. So I'm going to go ahead. I don't see us to be able to spot them if they do come from the bushes. Not until it's too late anyway. Yeah, there's the Lutch coming up behind me. Yeah, all he has to do is just get next to me and that's it. I'm dead. Yeah, there we go. Hell yeah, what a good game, huh? We fired a whole 3 shells. And that was it. Okay, we fired a whole 6 shells. Awesome. Look at that. What a great game, huh? Amazing gameplay, dude. One game where we won so bad that we didn't even do anything, and then we get another game where it's just, you know, we're literally running away from where they are because we got owned so bad. Yeah, that's pretty much what we're gonna see at any higher tier. So I don't see a reason to keep playing. I'm gonna go ahead and call it, honestly. I'm gonna go ahead and say that fuck Wargaming. Seriously, fuck them. They wanna have a game this messed up. You know, they got 30,000 people online, and you can't even get a same tier match. We should be seeing nothing but same tier matches, and it just like it says, randomly generates these random garbage maps for us. You know, like we're in a tier 4, in a tier 5, which is actually, I mean, I guess I should be grateful, but even that is still, like I said, there's not much you can do. There's not much you can do with that kind of crap when it's happening. But anyway, it's not 5 yet. We still got 45 minutes, but I honestly, at this point, just based on what we've seen today, we had like one great game with a tier 3, and then the rest of it has just been yeah. And as we climb up the tiers slowly, we just keep getting worse and worse games, as far as I can tell. So I don't see a reason to keep playing World of Tanks. Seriously. Like, they kind of lost me this holiday season. I'll just say that right now. On the 9th of this month, I've had nothing but... I mean, to the point where I'm not even playing tier 8s anymore. I'm not actually doing any of the stuff I used to do. I barely even play tier 6s. I can't even get up to that tier. Like, I'm just sitting there going... If I'm seeing this at tier 4, where I'm literally bottom tier every game... You know what I mean? I'm literally bottom tier every game. Then what is it going to be like when I go to tier 6 or it's a tier 8, you know? And as far as I can tell, like me, they give me really bad games so that I'll play more. So I have one terrible game, and then I have a makeup game, and then I'll switch to a tank, and then it'll be the same thing, and it just keeps happening, and it just hooks you in more and more, so you play more. But in reality, we literally have nothing in this tank. Literally, we landed 6 shells, and that doesn't even give us good statistics. So we'd have to fire like 9 shells in this thing. It's slow. Yeah, I can bounce some stuff, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that it definitely shows a lot about this game and how screwed up it is. I would normally jump up to tier 6 and play one of these vehicles here. But I'm going to go ahead and say that, I don't know. We got 45 minutes. I don't really care about my statistics at this point, honestly. I will say that this is the only tank that we have been really playing, just because this tank and this tank... Sorry, they're the only tanks that I don't really care if I get a Mark of Excellence on, because I've already gotten Marks of Excellence. So... we can play this vehicle, but it does have a high scale. I'll just say it does have a high scale on it. Let me check and see here. Got 3 people watching. I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm not very good with tank destroyers, so I don't think we should use that as a way to go whether I should or shouldn't, you know what I mean, play a tier 6. I'm tempted to actually play a tier 5. I'm going to go ahead and play this preferential matchmaking tank. We're gonna go ahead and play this one. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and play this one. Look at all the perks on the commander. Good old Stefan Claus. All right, let's try this. Let's try this tank out. Yeah, like I said, if you just keep having bad games, you know, like for me, if I have 2 bad games in a row, that's pretty much it for me. You know what I mean? I had one okay win, we literally were just a part of the team that clapped the team we were playing, but we didn't really do anything to help them, and it's mainly because we're in a tank destroyer that has like what I think it's like 8 on each side, so you pretty much always have to be moving left or right, which is crazy. We got a solid tier 5 game, but let's try not to throw ourselves away, huh? Looks like somebody in that T14's played a lot of games. He's gonna be spamming that prim, boy. So are we, though. Yeah, I don't actually understand this. It says 260 something. This guy has 1800. I don't actually know what that yellow stat is. It also says I have a 56% win rate. That is so damn loud. Let me turn that down. Hella loud. It's going into the yellow. I hope it doesn't sound like I'm straight up yelling in this thing. Alright, so... yeah, we have been having some rough-ass matches in this thing. Just gonna go ahead and say it. We literally have been barely able to do 700 damage. And I mean, we keep getting into games where we're actually fighting people. We're fighting people that are, you know, either have the derp gun, or we end up in a position where there's so many tanks shooting at us that we end up getting, you know, pretty wrecked. Like, there's a lot of artillery, gonna go ahead and say. It would be nice if we could have got some people over here with us, but it doesn't look like that's how it's going to happen. That is not what's going to happen. Yeah, he's right there. Alright, we're going to have to spam premium if we want to pin this guy, and I'm going to go ahead and just let him do his thing. Yeah, there's a that guy actually has shots on me right there. That's pretty funny. The guy's side scraping, but he doesn't realize it has the same weakness, this tank. So we're literally at what, 50 feet from this dude? 50 feet and we're bouncing him. Because we can't actually hit a teeny spot on him, which doesn't make any sense considering that we have a 60 alpha. It's like nothing. We're gonna have to get into this battle if we want to. He has the 85, so that's something, huh? He doesn't, I don't think he understands. I don't think he understands. I don't think he understands this game. Yeah, that guy does not get the point. I'll just say, at least we have 960, which is like a record. This guy has the derp, I think, but we just took a big hit from that guy. I'm gonna go ahead and say, we should be able to get. He might be able to hit us, but we're using some good tactics, I think, here. There we go. Yeah. We shouldn't need prim. Actually, we are gonna need premium. We're half health. I'm gonna go ahead and cut through here. We're gonna try and get some more damage. We have 11 out of 30 APCR. Dude, this guy, man, what are you doing, man? Why don't you block the whole road? Block the whole road, bro. Seriously, just blocking the whole street over here. Like, you ain't even side scraping, man. There's almost no point. Oh, we're getting shot from all over. At T67, I swear, man. We got the left shooting at us. I'm gonna go ahead and hit down the street before we get left. He might hit us again, so... Oh my god, get out of the way, dumb shit. Oh my god. Serious. What an idiot, dude. He also blocked me in the street. Holy shit, man. He straight up blocked me in the street. I'm sitting there trying to cut over, and he's like, ah, you know, I'm just gonna make sure you can't get in there, so you'll lose all your health to the left. So funny. We should be able to get a piece of these bastards. Yeah, I would say, you know what, I would say probably the hardest thing in my life, for me personally, has been mental illness. I will say that if somebody tells you enough that you ain't nothing, you know what I mean, that you're nobody, you know? Somebody tells you enough, damn it, we're gonna get RD'd. Maybe not. We definitely spotted his ass. Nice. Nice. That was worth peeking out. Him getting ammo racked. I'm actually surprised this guy can actually even spot me. I wonder if it was actually the left that spotted me. I can't even see this dude. Yeah, we're spotted. Who knows where the other left is? If he does fire, though, we'll be able to point him out. There he is. Oh, he's down in... Oh, shit. Whatever, man. Hilarious. That guy had such a minuscule shot. Like, look at where he had to shoot. He had to shoot at an angle, and he had to hit me, like, perfectly right there. Crazy. I don't think I would have been able to make that shot. You guys can see I couldn't even shoot the cheek of that T-150 at 100 meters, and this guy's hitting me from... I mean, look at where he was. He was right here. So he fired and then pinned me right here. I think if we go back to the garage, we can actually see where he actually shot us. Just to show it. So we go back to the garage. I think we might have to wait for the game to end, but I think we can just hit this and go to battle hits. Yeah. So like I said, look, not only did he hit me, but he hit me at a perfect almost 90 with his shell. Look at that. And the left hit me there. The other left hit me there. Wow. With AP. Oh, no, it's HE. For 116, 130. Churchill. Look at that. Look at that pin right there. You tell me that's insane. I pinned him there. Let's start from the beginning and see. So our first shot was that Churchill. Then the guy passing by. You can see our shots were hitting really weird because we had to rush him. I pinned that guy there. Crazy. It was a win. Yeah, pinned him. I remember shooting him there. And then nothing but lower plate. Then I tried to break his gun, which I do think I did. We pretty much vampired that guy's whole health. Wow, look at that pin. It went underneath him and pinned him there. What? Yeah, look at that. That's actually one of the thinnest parts of that mandolet. We were aiming for right here. Yeah, we got damage there too somehow. That pinned? I don't remember that pinning. Non-penetration. Non-penetration. Damage. Damage. I wonder why this is... Does it mean he's hidden as a person? His stats? Anyway. We can see how we kind of lost our health. It's a pretty good mod, I'm going to go ahead and say, so you can sit there and go, where did I get pinned at? And so, like, on my screen, when I died, you could see that I was actually angled. That's why I was actually angling, because I was actually going to drive down those stairs so I could get shots on him. But he had already shot and killed me before I actually turned. But if you looked at my tank when I was dead, it showed I was dead. It showed he hit me before I even turned. I'm pretty tired now. See you next time, Michael. Glad you had a nice Christmas. You too, man. I'm glad that you are having some fun with that girl. And yeah, man. That's awesome, dude. All right, Mark. Thanks for coming to my stream, dude. And you have a good night, man. All right, so that's probably the best game we've had in this tank in quite some time, considering that we have this 3 marked on the console. Mainly because HE doesn't help you We are at 82.98, which we were at 84.98 before this started. So somebody out there is killing it with this thing. Yeah, somebody's out there is killing it with this thing. So I would normally play this, but we're just literally sitting at 100%. I think you know, anything that we could do. If I don't do a 3K game in this, I'm just going to be unhappy. So I think that this tank's been retired now that it's 3 marked. Let me see. Thanks, Michael. You too, Mark, man. I appreciate your support for watching, dude. It really helps me out, you know? All right, man. Catch you later. Okay, so we're going to jump into Tier 6. I have a half hour before I'm going to end the stream. So we're probably going to play this, and we're going to probably play the T-3485. I'm going to go ahead and say, like I told you, there's no reason to jump into Tier 8s or Tier 10s if you're getting nothing but low tier, if you're just always bottom tier. It's just, you can only maintain your stats in top tier games. You cannot excel unless you have some random game, you know? So this is the second same tier match we've had, so we got to try not to ruin it. They have 3 KVs, unfortunately. It looks like this guy right here has never played this tank before, so it might be stock. And then this guy's got the anonymizer, I think, because it has the little dashes there. But both of these guys, it looks like they haven't played those tanks before, so I'm going to try and get up over here to the left. It would be nice if we could get... he's got a mark, so he probably won't go to the middle, I hope. Not with 3 artillery. Yeah, I'm not going to go that way, but I will say that we probably will take some rounds just because we have a Mark of Excellence, a Mastery Badge on this tank. But T-3485M, Jackson, most likely the Super Chaffee, T-50 are going to be over here harassing. So we're so slow. This is one of those maps I wish I had this thing set up for just speed. Like I said, though, I can't come around a corner with this gun handling, fire, and hit something without having, you know, the setup we have. We have 30% more accuracy on the move, which makes us pinpoint accurate most of the time, except for when RNG is there. So yeah, that T-3485M is definitely headed this way, so we're most likely going to get caught. We're going to catch something over here. We should be able to outplay him hull down. If he 2 keys though, yeah, if he 2 keys, we're gonna have to 2 key him back. Which I mean, I don't even think I could pin him if he gets into the position that I would get into with standard shells. So, but it does look like it's just him. Now this Chaffee popped up, which he took a shot, but he did fire one back. 134 is actually not the Chaffee, I don't think. I'm pretty sure the Chaffee has the same gun I have. So he should be doing like 128. So I guess maybe that is right. Yeah, 122. So that's probably what makes it a Super Chaffee, huh? It has a higher alpha. He's not going to be able to pin me unless he's spamming premium. I will say that artillery can hit you here. That is crazy. Look, we're like missing this guy. Yeah, he's not going to be able to pin me unless I spam premium, or unless he spams premium, which even then, there's not really a hope, I'll just say, of it. Jagdtiger from the hill over there. There's a Jagdtiger there. Jagdpanzer. So we're most definitely not going to want to go that way. We're going to want to go to the hill over here and farm the middle. And we're going to want to go over here where the T-37 is. There's no reason to ever try to go this way. You will get absolutely murdered. That's why the dude ran, so he could wait to get spots on you and then kill you. These guys should not go there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to farm them when they start farming our guys over here. We have such a good gun depression. The biggest problem we have is the artillery will have shots on us. So I'm gonna try and get out of artillery range. I'm just so slow. We gotta wait for another dummy to try and YOLO over here before we can start shooting people. Now we could drop down on the heavies if we really wanted to. We could drop down on the heavies. I just don't have any view range, so. I don't have any view range. All we can do is probe by getting detected, and that's not a very good way, so. I'm pretty sure that there's still guys up in these bushes here. You can actually check by firing HE. If you look behind where we're firing, there's smoke. And when you hit something, it should actually blow up. Alright, so the KV2 versus KV2. These guys are camping in the city. Something fierce. Our KV2 is literally YOLOing at this point. Yeah. Another KV2 or the IRL got him, actually. So there's a Jackson, that KV2. The T-3045, as far as I know, is full health. Yeah, and there goes artillery. I don't even know how he could hit me from right here. Just going to go ahead and say. But it does give us a good position. He's like back here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and attack the heavy line. Actually, we might actually still be able to play this area. I'm actually surprised we actually got hit at all by artillery. So these guys over here should be easy targets for us because we have the perfect gun. Okay. Well, I thought we had the perfect gun depression over here. Let's get this guy out of here. $200. 200, man. 200 and he didn't even hit us. Yeah, 200 and he didn't even hit us. That's crazy. We're gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait. We have to wait until we're not getting spotted. It's that T-150 that got us spotted, I think. There's still some nasty ass stuff over here, but this should kill him. Got him. Who else is back that we got? A Jägertiger? It's not even a Jägertiger. It's a Jagdpanzer. Yeah, that guy right there. This guy. Oh, hello. Oh, he's behind that little area there. Yeah, look, you can't mark him. I actually don't know why they would have it like that. Like, the normal one, you can mark through buildings. You can look at the cap here, and you can actually hit T on it, and it works. But you have to be able to see it, apparently. Like, who knows where the marker is? Is it right there? So 2 arties, so we aren't going to get any of that. So total of 787 damage for green stats, which is pretty much all we've ever been able to do in this thing. I don't even think we even maintained our stats, honestly. Yeah, we're not even maintaining our stats with this. We blocked almost more than the damage we dished out. I do know that we hit some guys blindly, so we might have up to 1,000 damage, but I don't know. We'll see. I think my wife's home, so I'm gonna have to go bring in some water. We're almost to 5 right now. Yeah, with a game like that, where honestly, I felt like we couldn't have played any better unless we were faster. Seriously. So total damage was 947, like I said. We got a couple of blind shots on some guys. We were shooting at HE in the bushes here. So one of those shots was an HE shell. We hit him. Or something on him. Super Chaffee. We got 2 shots. 2 shots for 2. Oh, we must have hit him with HE. He was the one in the bush over there. That was 2 HE shells. That's crazy, because we didn't kill him. Yeah, the main person we got was that SU. I really felt like we did a lot more in that game. That's why I wasn't pushing. That mound though that you go to when they try to farm the people that are coming down the left side. If you go to the mound up there and you can, it's tier 6, so they're not going to have crazy view range. I wouldn't even attempt that area unless it was, unless I was top tier or at least even tier or something that doesn't have like the highest view range I've even heard of is like 5 something, which is kind of pointless to have. Seriously. And when you get into tier 6 and above. Okay, so it was an 1800 W8 game, so let's see what it did to our mark. So we actually did go up a little bit higher than we were. Let's go ahead and open up our... I don't want to purchase. No. I want to open these. I'm actually kind of surprised about 3 things in this game, which is one, if you don't play the game the way they intend you to, it throws a wrench in it. Seriously. Like I said, if you play a couple of games and then based on your win to loss ratio and how much damage you do, if you just decide, you know what, I'm not going to play, who cares about premium time, honestly, if you're not getting fair matchmaking? And I'm going to go ahead and say that, as far as I'm concerned, Wargaming owes me about 30 days of bad matchmaking that I shouldn't have been receiving. There shouldn't even be a reason why I should receive that kind of bad matchmaker. You know what I mean, in my opinion. I'm actually going to be doing something really quick here. I'm going to change my Spotify to up here. I'm going to start hiding my game tag and my ping. It was actually recommended to me to do this by somebody, and for some reason but we have it in the description, the brass band, so we don't need to have it on here. Oh, credited music. Oop, right there. So we could basically take that as well. We'll take it, unlock it. I'm gonna put it like, I'll probably put it, yeah, I'm gonna just keep it there. I'll keep it there, that's fine. Yeah, the thing is, if I'm not listening to Spotify, then people would see my my game tag, and that's probably the best way to ensure they're gonna see it anyway. So I don't think it really matters, but it's a good place for it because up above here, it blocks some of the screen that you guys could be seeing. So anyway, it is 4:41. We don't have enough time to play another game. I'm going to go ahead and say that we didn't get a chance to get up to tier 8 tonight, but I'm probably going to try, play the T-3485 tonight around 8 p.m. Pacific time over on Twitch. So if you guys like what you see here, we're gonna start back off, and we'll probably jump from tier 6 to tier 8, play a couple of games tonight, relatively late, and then I will see you guys most likely next Thursday, because honestly, I'm running out of my upload, and my download for my internet company is limited by 1,260 gigabytes. So basically a terabyte plus 200, 220, and then if you go over that, they'll make you pay more. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. If you guys have any comments, or if you guys have any suggestions that could make this stream better, if there's anything going wrong, or you'd like to see something better in it, feel free to let me know so I can change it. And you guys have a good one. Later.